Hello, I'm Steve Shaw, National Coordinator of Football Officials and Secretary Rules Editor for the NCAA. And today we're continuing our series preseason training videos for 2025, and we're going to be focused on kick plays. Now, it's interesting that only 11% of all of our plays are kick plays, 4.7% are punts, 6.3% are kickoffs. But when you gauge the complexity of the play and the many things that can happen during kicks, well, it takes way more than 11% of our officiating energy. And if something strange is going to happen in our game, it's most likely to happen on a kick play. So in our preseason preparation, let's make sure that we do a great job of studying Rule 6, our kick rule, and we review all of our kick mechanics, our officiating standards for kicks. That's so important, so we're ready to go on week 1. So with that, let's get on into our video.
Our first play is a punt from the -37. It's a big kick. The ball lands around the 6, bounces high. Number 83 of the kickers, he gets to the ball, bats it back. It lands near the goal line, and then number 16 downs it in the field of play at the 1. Now, the back judge and the side judge, they're in good position, and they rule the ball dead at the 1-yard line. And as we go back and take a look at the replays, we see number 83, his feet are near the goal line. He's leaning into the end zone. The ball's in front of him. We have no definitive shot, so replay doesn't come in. But it's hard to believe here that the ball at some point didn't break the plane of the goal line. In our camera with the reverse angle, again, it's just hard to believe here as we see the player in his body. It's hard to believe this is not a touchback. Now, I'll go with our officials looking down the line, but let's be alert for the ball breaking the plane at any time on these type plays. And if you're not sure, we're best to go with a touchback. Play 2 is also a punt, and it emphasizes that we need to expect the unexpected on all kick plays. Now, we're snapping from the -39. We see the linemen, they're going to release downfield immediately. It's a fake. The punter's going to throw the ball to number 5, who is on the end of the line. He's an eligible receiver. He makes the catch, has a wide open field for a big 4th down gain. Now, we had ineligible receivers clearly downfield when the pass was released, but the line judge does a good job of staying at the line of scrimmage, and he's able to clearly identify that the pass is caught behind the neutral zone, so we have no issues with the ineligibles being beyond the 3-yard limit. This is a good alert by the crew on a fake punt, and they officiated this play in a superior manner. Good job. Play 3 is another punt, and we see that after the snap, there's heavy pressure on the kicker, and we see number 9, he makes strong contact to the kicker, and the referee gives the tip signal, but the center judge is going to get his marker down for roughing the kicker. Now, the referee and center judge, they come together, they talk it through, and then we're going to get an excellent announcement from our referee.
Personal foul, roughing the kicker, receiving team, 15-yard penalty, automatic first down.
Now, this is a good job to talk this through and come to the proper decision. And we know that replay, they can also come in on this if there is video evidence of a tip. But as we go back and look, it appears that the ball got completely under number 9. The ball was not tipped, and replay can uphold this call without stopping the game. And the referee does a good job. He comes back and identifies that the foul was on number 9 of the defense. And this is a tight call, but really good communications on the field between the crew and from the booth to the field to get this call correct. Play 4, I want to talk about the formation of the offense. Now, we see the left tackle of the punt team. He's way off the line. That's an advantage for the offense. And we see that the headline judge, he gets the marker down for an illegal formation right after the snap. Now, we're going to get an excellent announcement from our referee here.
Illegal formation. Kicking team, more than 5 members in the backfield. That 5-yard penalty will be added to dead ball spot. First down, Louisiana.
First, it's a good job communicating with the receiving team head coach for penalty enforcement options. And we know that they can have this foul enforced at the previous spot with the down repeated or at the spot where the subsequent dead ball belongs to Team B, which is what they did here. So really good job. Now, as we go back and take a look at the formation, this is a correct call. This is not a warning. Remember, our officiating standards state that And an eligible lineman, if he's lined up with their head clearly behind the rear end of the snapper, that there's daylight there, a foul will be called without warning. So this is a good job by our headline judge for identifying this and getting the marker on the ground. Play 5, first quarter, 2:19, and we have a kickoff. And this play emphasizes again that we must always be alert on any type kick. So we see number 44, he approaches the ball. He's going to try a surprise onside kick. Now, we're properly in our normal kickoff alignment here, but we must always anticipate a potential onside kick. Now, the crew is very alert here, and our coverage and mechanics, they're solid, and we're very decisive in the ruling, recovery by the kicking team. And as we go back and take a look at the play, the first thing we notice, the kicking team, they remained onside. And remember our officiating standard, the kicking team's restraining line on an onside kick should be officiated as a plane, with a change for this year stating that when in doubt, the kicking team player has not broken the plane. We want it to be a quality foul if we call offside on an onside kick. We evaluate the blocks on this play, and they're all legal here, and then we're very decisive in ruling the kicking team has recovered the ball. This is well done by an alert crew. Great job. Play 6 is a great illustration of ensuring that we keep our team straight on kick returns. Now, we see a punt here by the red team. Number 6 on the receiving team, he makes a great return, and the ruling on the field is number 6 was down before the ball came loose, but we had a flag back at the receiving team's 35-yard line. So after a lengthy discussion, we get an announcement from our referee.
Ruling on the field is that the returner was down prior to the ball being fumbled. During the return, illegal blindside block, return team number 42. 15-yard penalty from the spot of the foul. First and 10, Ohio.
Now, there's a quick replay, and we see immediately that the ball was loose and the runner was not down. So replay is going to stop the game, and they're going to overturn the play to a fumble and immediate recovery by the kicking team. But during the stop, the crew corrects the illegal blindside block to number 43 of the kicking team. And we can see here it is an illegal blindside block, and it is number 43 of the kicking team. Very unusual, but this highlights that we need to be keenly aware of the team committing a foul on returns and not just assume it's on the receiving team. With all this corrected, we know that since the kicking team fouled during the return, this penalty would be enforced from the end of the related run on the return, so where the ball was fumbled. So right at the 15-yard line, it'd be penalized half the distance to the goal, and the receiving team will have first and goal at the 7.5-yard line. Play 7, we get a punt. It's a high kick, relatively short, and the receiver, he makes an on-the-run catch and returns upfield and is going to go out of bounds. Now, immediately, the kicking team head coach asks about a waving signal, and the crew discusses this, and we're going to get an announcement by our referee.
The receiver had a fair catch signal. The ball will be placed at the 37-yard line.
Really close, guys. Really close.
And as we go back and look at the replays behind the receiver, we see there is a waving motion here, and this is good judgment by the crew to make this an invalid signal and take the return away. We even see on one replay that number 0 of the kicking team, he lets up right at point of attack. But this is good work by the crew. One final note, referees, consider identifying the signal in your announcement as an invalid signal. That might help all to understand. But good judgment here by the crew. Our last play in kicks, and I include this for a lighter rules discussion. We have 15 seconds remaining in the second quarter. The offense is going to attempt a last-second field goal. And we see from the end zone view, the kick is not good, it's short. But from the replay, we can see why it was short, as the defender did get a couple of fingertips on the kick. And as we go back and look at the end zone view again, and we follow the ball, it lands in the end zone, then it bounces up and over the crossbar and through the uprights. Now, I received quite a few inquiries on why this field goal was not considered good since it went over the crossbar and through the uprights. But we all know by rule, in Rule 8.4, that the kick is good if it passes over the crossbar and between the uprights of the receiving team's goal before it touches a player of the kicking team or the ground. Clearly, this ball hit the ground. It was no good. Good job on the field. Well, that's it for our kicking plays. And as we noted in the video, we must stay on high alert on all kicks and be prepared for any outcome. We're always going to get challenged on kicks. So prepare as a crew in your pregame conferences for all kicking situations.